Black CEO denied service at bank 5 minutes later. She fires the entire branch team before we dive in this story. Hit the comments and tell us your city or country. Let's see how far this story reaches. If you like the video, please subscribe. She walked into the bank in a tailored navy suit, power radiating from every step, but to the staff, all they saw was a black woman. Without asking her name, they waved her off and told her she needed an appointment. She wasn't asking for a favor, she owned the bank. Within minutes, the atmosphere shifted from smug grins to panic. No one in the branch knew the truth until she made a phone call that silenced the room. What happens when the woman you just humiliated signs your paychecks? Watch until the end. Avery Morgan was no stranger to being underestimated. As a self-made tech mogul and the newly appointed CEO of one of the nation's fastest-growing private banks, she was used to boardrooms, not branches. On this particular day, she stopped by a local branch in Atlanta for an unannounced visit, wanting to observe the customer service firsthand. Dressed casually but sharply, she expected professionalism, not perfection. What she didn't expect was dismissal. As soon as she walked in, 3 employees glanced at her, then turned away. One whispered to another and laughed. When she asked for help, a teller didn't even make eye contact, just pointed to a sign-in sheet. "We're not hiring," the manager added smugly. Avery stood there quietly, taking mental notes. She didn't need to argue. She already had all the power she needed to handle this with a single call. The manager barely looked up from his desk. "You'll need an appointment," he repeated. "We don't do consultations without one, especially not walk-ins." His tone dripped with condescension, and the staff around him snickered under their breath. Avery didn't argue. She pulled out her phone and made a call. What the employees didn't realize was that Avery had recently acquired the parent company that owned this very bank. The merger had been headline news in business circles, but hadn't trickled down to the front lines. Within seconds, the regional director picked up. "This is Avery Morgan," she said calmly. "I'm at the Peachtree branch, and I'd like you to listen closely." By the time she hung up, 3 regional executives were on their way to the location. Still, the staff remained oblivious until uniformed security entered the branch 10 minutes later, accompanied by a team of senior managers. The smug look on the manager's face faded quickly. The teller who had laughed, now trembling. A team member tried to apologize, but it was too late. The room went dead silent when the regional director stepped forward and said, "Meet your new boss." Gasps filled the room. Avery nodded. "Let's talk performance," she said. Avery calmly stepped to the front of the branch and addressed the team not with rage, but with precision. "This location has just become a liability," she stated, her voice steady. "Every person who dismissed me, laughed, or looked the other way, your behavior reflects the company now, and I won't tolerate it." One employee begged for a second chance, but the regional team had already begun handing out termination notices. Customers watched in stunned silence as entire desks were cleared. Avery wasn't there for revenge. She was there to set a standard. In 5 minutes, the branch transformed from arrogant indifference to a lesson in accountability. The same door they refused to open for her would now be used to escort them out. When Avery walked out of that bank, she didn't just reclaim her dignity, she raised the bar for what leadership looks like. The story made waves, not because of her power, but because of her restraint. She didn't yell. She didn't threaten. She acted. In a world where black professionals are constantly asked to prove themselves, she let the facts in her title speak for themselves. That branch now stands as a model of reform, with new leadership trained in respect and inclusion. But the lesson lingers. You never know who you're talking to. Will your actions reflect your values or expose them? Let us know which country and city you're watching from, and never forget, Respect isn't earned by status. It's owed to everyone.